One of my favorite vistas is on the Oklahoma side. It's called the Panorama Vista. It comes up here and curls around the top of this ridge, and you can see both sides of the valley. Here we're coming up on the north side of the valley now. You can look down and just see, seems like forever. And the nice thing about this particular vista is you can back all your bikes in around, like butt in and get a nice picture. Especially if you've got a big group, you can all line up around this curve and see the different, see all your bikes and see all your people and everything else. We've done it several times. It's a really nice vista because you can see as we're see north, and we can also see west. And here in a second, I'm going to drive around the other side, and you can see the south side. So it makes a good place, especially if you have a group of 10, 20 bikes. You can all park here, and you can get out and stretch your legs, take a lot of really nice pictures with your bikes and the valleys behind. Got room to walk around and stretch your legs again, take a snack, a drink, whatever, and just get off the bike for a few minutes if you've been riding for a few hours. But it's a really nice vista, so you can get up here and do a lot of good picture opportunities, a lot of scenery, get your bike in the picture, which of course is always important. And you could run on around out the backside, and we'll start heading back down towards Wilhelmina. Now this particular vista is kind of easy to miss coming from the west, going west to east, as the entrance is kind of blocked in to the left, so or to the right, I mean, as you're coming from Talihina. So you just need to be careful, watch for it. Down here at the stop sign is where you intersect 271, and of course Highway 1 continues on to the left down into Talihina. Down here on your left is an old visitor center that's been closed for about the last 3 or 4 years. But it's got a big parking lot again where if you have a big group of bikes you can stop and rest, get some pictures. There's also the winding stair sign back there talking about Highway 1 going over the top, where you can get some picture ops, people in front of there standing in front of the sign, get their picture. Like I said, it's been closed for the last 3 or 4 years, so the bathrooms are not open. But again, you do have an area where you can get a lot of parking, get some pictures, stretch your legs for a bit. my first battery ran out somewhere coming down the hill into Mena, so I'm here in the parking lot of a government building, and I'm getting battery change and getting the camera back on and getting ready to head back towards Mena. I'm going to drive back through town. I'm going to show you one of the favorite restaurants in town to eat at. It's called Pam's Hateful Hussy. It's a really nice, it's your standard hamburger, chicken fried steak type place. All the good food, French fries, onion rings, all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll just point it to you on the way out of town, and then so you can see it. All right, getting turned around here, and we'll head back through town. This is a much smaller town than Mena. There's just, I think, only the one light, I believe. There may be one further south. But coming up through downtown here, you'll notice on the right, there's going to be a little sign. It's kind of blue and pink. It says Pam's Hateful Hussy. That's this restaurant I was talking about. It's right there with a sign going by. Usually you'll see a bunch of bikes parked out in front of it. It's a really good place to eat. Right now we're going to head out, as soon as the light turns, going to head down and catch 63 eastbound. And so just down across from the Shell gas station down here, you'll see it go back left. Now this is pretty flat. It goes through the valley. There's a few turns here and there, very few hills. I'll probably cut most of this out and just put in a couple of highlights, like the join on intersection of Highway 259, which is within a mile of the ribbon curves, which I think was my first video. And then I'm going to show you about a mile from that intersection on the north side of the road is Gabby's biker camp. And I'll show that to you as well. The rest of the video is pretty much just flat, and like I said, flat, slightly hilly in places and a few curves. Not very interesting. It's a really good road to take back if any of your group coming over the mountain decided that they don't want to do that again. Maybe the curves were a little bit too much for them, or maybe they're tired, etc. So if you want to take part of your group back over the top and send somebody home the easy way, then send them on down to 63. 63 runs right through the valley, right back towards Mena. I think it's 52 miles, I believe, from here back to Mena. And it'll be Highway 63 on the Oklahoma side. As soon as you hit the state line, it comes in at Highway 8. And then Highway 8 goes all the way into Mena, down on the south side of Mena. It'll be at the first stoplight that you have in Mena coming from the south. And then if they're, depending on what hotel you're staying in, etc., if you are staying in Mena, then you can just take a left or head back north and head right back into the middle of Mena. So it's a pretty easy way to send somebody home if they're tired of the curves, or maybe they're just tired and don't want to mess with it, or maybe they don't want to do the curves again. I will warn you though, it's pretty flat and boring if you're someone like me who likes a lot of the curves, because to me that's where all the fun is in the middle of the curves. But it does provide you an alternate route home, just in case you want somebody to go that way, or you want to go that way and not go through the mountains again. So anyway, we'll do a little bit of music here and split up some scenery, and I'll let you know when we get to 259 and also coming back by Gabby's biker camp, and then we'll go from there. All right. And through the magic of video editing, we've cut out a lot of that really flat, kind of boring straight road, and we're coming up on the intersection of 259. This is where on my first video I was coming in the opposite direction on 63 here. So if you stop at this stop sign, if you go to your right about a mile, you'll hit the bottom of the ribbon curves. Those are fun curves to ride. So you'll see them to the right, as I was indicating, in just about a mile from here. The other direction I was indicating goes right back up the hill to your left, goes right back up the hill a few miles, and you're right back up on Highway 1 if you want to. So this is 259 and 63. To the right's the ribbon curve, to the left is Highway 1. About a mile from here, you're going to see, I think it's about a mile, maybe a mile and a half, is Gabby's Biker Camp. It's a really popular camp. A lot of people come up during the summer and, of course, during the fall when all the rallies and stuff are going on. And they'll park there, pitch a tent, and he has a bar area too, so you can get something to drink. Pretty nice place. Anyway, I'll indicate it to you as we go by, and you can get a quick look at it. Like I said, it's only about a mile and a half from the intersection of 259 and 63. When you start seeing this nicer road right here and a brand new bridge, you know you're just about at Gabby's. About 2 years ago, they started repairing all this area and the bridge. And there's Gabby's off to the left. I don't know if you can see, I guess I didn't look long enough. I have a hard time driving and keeping my head turned one way and not watching the road. But there's a little stand, there's an area out there to put your tents, etc. There's a place to get drinks and stuff like that and just have a good old party. It's quite a popular place. And this is still on the Oklahoma side, again about a mile and a half east of the intersection of 63 and 259. Anyway, when I met Gabby there a few years ago, we stopped and talked to him, and he seemed to be a really friendly guy and seemed to be a happy man and would love to have anybody come by and stay. Anyway, that's Gabby's Biker Park. Correction, it's Gabby's Biker Camp. I want to make sure I say that correctly, so it's Gabby's Biker Camp. Okay, we're coming up on the last stoplight in town, the intersection of Highway 8 and 71. If you take a right, you can turn down to Hatfield, and if you drive far enough, you go all the way into Texas. If you take a left, you head back towards downtown Mena, which is the way I'm going. And that's it for the video. So thank you for watching both videos on Highway 1 Part 1. It's now up to 55 degrees, a lot warmer than when I started out. I think I hit 47 at the top of the mountain. But it's been a cold ride. So I enjoyed the ride anyway. I'm glad you got to watch and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Bye.